All right, so here we are for the, what is it?
17th
annual. Because we skipped a year, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't do it the first year.
No, I think we didn't do it the first year, and then we also there was a year that we just didn't even do it at all. Because I was looking for like the docs, and I'm like, and I swear, if we go to our YouTube channel, there's like a missing.
Yeah, I think we only did 2 of them.
Yeah, I think max 3. So we'll say this is like the 4th annual, biannual, Back of the Rack Awards. We played 9 games this year.
8.
I think we made it to 8 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
2 more than we usually
Typically
play.
So typically we do 6. We were going for 10, but the holidays kicked in and we ran out of time. Got a little lazy.
Yeah.
So we're pushing Samurai Champloo to season 7. And what was the other one?
Or is it season 6? Are we going on season 6?
I'm sorry, season 6.
Okay. Don't scare me like that.
Yeah.
He's like, damn.
We're pushing Samurai Champloo to season 6, which means that we're now halfway through our we're getting closer because we have to do like a 10th anniversary special or something, which would mean that we've done it for 10 years.
COVID was 7 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And we were doing it before COVID, weren't we?
Yeah, I think we started right when COVID started up. Because it was like 2020, right?
No, wait, we didn't. I don't think we knew each other when COVID was doing its thing.
Or was it 2021?
It was ravaging. Yeah, we started after COVID because I didn't start my channel until 2020, 2021 maybe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, we didn't know each other during COVID. Yeah.
That's
no, because
crazy.
you and me would have been all over talking about the whole BLM stuff. We never.
PPP
we
loans.
never
Yeah.
Yeah,
was a whole
because we
saga
never
there, bro.
Yeah, no, we never knew each other around that time. So it was but yeah, so season 6 is gonna see some of what was supposed to be in season 5, like Samurai Champloo. But at the end of the season, like we always do, we like to wrap up the season with the Back of the Rack Awards, where we sort of give each game its flowers, in a sense, if they win any categories. The categories are best story, best gameplay, best presentation, best soundtrack, banned from the rack, front of the rack, replay award, the viewer's choice award, and then there's 2 other awards, which are I don't know if they're awards, but most anticipated of 2026 and most anticipated BOTR game for next season. So let's start this off. Well, I mean, first off, Happy New Year to everybody, because this will be the first new BOTR video of the year.
Yes.
So hope everybody's doing okay. Got your New Year's resolutions locked in. Sondi was just saying off camera that he has a whole system for how he's going to be playing games this year, and he's going to be doing it. He's going to be doing it. What is it, the curse jar style?
Yeah.
It's sort of like a reverse. Like every time you curse, you got to put a penny into the jar. For him, it's every time he beats 3 games, he's gonna pull out.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out every time I beat a game. This is the list of games that I wanted to play. So I'm not like an indecisive idiot and staring at the wall So I'm gonna just pick a game. So I mean, I picked Mad World out of it, and the next game is Hogwarts Legacy.
I thought it said every 3 games. I'm confused.
Oh, so every 3 games I'm going to do a free pick. And I made it to where it's got to be an emulated game so that I can play games that I don't own. And I'm not because I'm never going to buy Galarians, but I'll emulate it.
Sure.
YOLO. Make it a free pick. Play Parasite Eve 2.
I couldn't do that. That's like I was telling you, the level of discipline. Because playing games, I think this is for a lot of people, is so mood based. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm not gonna play this 40-hour RPG right now.
Yeah.
Like I just want to play something like short. I don't want the story, you know. I want a shooter. That's hard.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's hard.
Because I was definitely very mood based last year, where I was just like, I'm just gonna play this. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna play.
And
whatever.
then I feel like it sort of affects your judgment of the game when you're not in the mood for it. I see that
true.
a lot.
But I've
Where you're
also
just
been
like,
not playing the game though, because like for example, right now I'm playing the last story, and like I haven't played it in like 3 days because I'm just like, I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna play Marvel Rivals and Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, detox a little bit with some Nuclear Throne.
Yeah. Let's start with the first category, which is best story. We judge this by the game having good characters, great characters, great pacing, which is like, you know, cohesion and, you know, like narrative timing and just overall writing. So that's sort of how we judge best story. Sondi, do you want to go first?
Sure.
With your pick?
I'm gonna choose Binary Domain. Binary Domain, I chose this mainly because I think this is the most cohesive. I'm stealing your points here, but it is.
You're gonna just say that?
I was just gonna say what you said because it is true. It is the most cohesive.
Yeah.
And I think about the characters of other games. I think Joan of Arc will probably be like a close second because I can think about the characters like Rufus and Roger. But Binary Domain, Big Bo. It's fucked up, but I forgot the main character's name. It's like a generic white people name. What is it? It's like it's fucking John or like Brad or some shit like that. But anyway, I just like the story of like the robots, and it was really touching. Like the couple of scenes where the replicants, is that what they were called? Where they
something like that,
yeah, where they like peel the skin and they beat that dude because he was a yakuza, and like all the people like that is a freaky like idea of like people being robots and not even knowing that they're robots. That is a crazy idea. I like the story of that, and the way that it ends made me wish that there was a sequel because it's sequel baits you so much that like there's gonna be some like guerrilla warfare sequel coming out, but they're making Yakuza whatever the fuck right now.
So my pick is also Binary Domain, and to piggyback off some of your points and to add to them, I feel like it's a little unfair because this game was, aside from Wet, has the most linear story. You know, like there's not that much time in between because there's not that much side content, you know, side missions and things. So you're just kind of going from one set piece to another, and it definitely leans into the narrative as well with like the flashy cutscenes and all that and the characters. So it is sort of unfair. Like comparing this to like R Racing is like, come on, like R Racing obviously wasn't going for like
story.
Yeah. Well, technically they were, but they weren't really. They didn't put that much into it, even though they did for the genre. Right. I'll say, but yeah, Binary Domain, man, it definitely the best one that we played this year, and the most enjoyable, the most memorable, and yeah, that's why I picked it. It was like there was no contest. Maybe Jeanne d'Arc, but I was like, Binary Domain's gonna be the one for sure.
Yeah.
What did the viewers say?
So the viewers selected Joan d'Arc, surprisingly.
Wow.
And you know what? I understand why they would choose Joan d'Arc. There was also a vote for Wet, which I would also put as an honorable mention. I like the story of Wet. I like the characters of Wet. It's very eclectic. It's like a movie, one of those movies that you forget about that you watched in like 2007, like Push with Chris Pratt. Yeah. Some random shit like that.
Push, yeah.
But Joan d'Arc is a very good story. I feel like it kind of just gets brownie points because it's a JRPG and you spend 40 hours playing with those characters to where you kind of get more emotionally invested because you spent so much time, and because of the tactical RPG elements of it, like Rufus is just a dumbass dog man. Like he's not really that important to the story, but to me, that was my favorite character in the story. And I don't even think bro talks except for like when he joins the party.
He just barks.
Yeah.
Like I actually don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Roger had his moments, and then he had that weird emo phase where he became like a Dark Lord at the end. That was just weird. But
So our listeners chose Jean d'Arc, and Wet was second.
yes,
So Binary Domain wasn't even in there
at
running.
all. Crazy.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, I need to play Binary Domain. Can't believe y'all.
That is crazy because I feel like we sung its praises. Well, what are you gonna do? Let's move into the next category, which is best gameplay. Best gameplay we describe as feels good to play, which includes responsiveness, and also has an addicting or rewarding gameplay loop. Sondi, go ahead with your pick.
I'm gonna go ahead and choose Binary Domain.
It's gonna be the Expedition 33 effect all over again. Every fucking thing is gonna be.
No, I just Binary Domain. I thought about it and I was like, this is the only game that I beat twice. So that goes to show you how comfortable I was. Because I played it originally on PlayStation 3, and I think that one's like 30 frames per second unlock. So sometimes it'll go down to like 20 frames or 15 frames depending on the set piece. And I wanted to see how that was on PC. So I started it up on PC, and I didn't stop until I beat the game. I just sat down in one sitting and beat the entire game. It's that good. It's so addicting to just shoot robots. Every gun feels great. And through the second playthrough, because I knew where the certain changes and, if you bring this character with you and this character, it's certain interactions and building that relationship. It was a different dynamic. I wish there was a New Game Plus mode. That's the only like negative that I would give this game, because it is a very replayable game. But I love it. I just love shooting stuff. Like I would play this shit tonight.
Yeah, it feels great for sure. At least to shoot. I remember the cover based system and moving around sometimes could feel wonky because you feel so like big or slow, like a Gears of War, maybe like how the first one felt. But as far as my pick, it is definitely also Binary Domain. Tight shooting, destructible enemies, great feedback, super satisfying, and that should be no surprise because a lot of the other games, well, they're not known for their gameplay. Well, I guess Jean d'Arc is has pretty great turn-based gameplay, but like X-Men Destiny isn't known for feeling good to play.
I almost put Blitz the League as a choice just because it was a very fun football game, just because it's how arcadey it was. But at the same time, I started to remember the other parts that I didn't like particularly the management simulation part of it, with like managing the injuries and the drugs, and you can kind of tell after a while, like, okay, this is arcadey. They're just rubber banding. Like you would throw a pick, and it's like, how did I throw that pick? I saw him like zoom in and snatch that because they wanted me to not win. So you got to see a little bit of the engine fuck up for you. I didn't like that, but all the other games, they're just not as good as Binary Domain. Wet is close. Wet is very close too. Wet is incredibly
Wet
close.
would probably be pretty close. I could say that. God, I want to give some love to Rumble Roses, but I'm sorry. Like, I just think that after a while, it kind of feels. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Rumble Roses is fun if we only played it for like a one night. Hey, let's just put in a silly wrestling game and play this for the night, instead of us having to actually critically sit down and play a bunch of story modes. It kind of drained the essence of that game.
What did the viewers choice?
The viewers chose. It was a 4-way tie between R Racing Revolution, Binary Domain, Joan d'Arc, and Wet, which is kind of everything we talked about. I'm surprised R Racing got a vote. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting like Binary Domain, not Binary Domain, but Blitz the League, or at least Rumble Roses to get that vote over R Racing. But that makes sense. R Racing was fun for how short it was. Just to quick little sim racer.
Our racing doesn't feel bad to race, but because we don't have, I mean, even me who plays more racing games, it was still hard to judge like if it did actually feel good like to play. I mean, I don't ever think about going back to play it. So I feel like that's a huge indicator that like, well, it doesn't feel that great. You know?
Like I would rather play Ridge Racer 4 or 6 or whatever over
Something more arcadey,
our racing, yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Totally. So the next category is best presentation, which the criteria for that is best overall style and art direction, which includes like its graphical style, character designs, world design, all that. Sondi, what is your pick?
My pick is Wet. I chose Wet because
That makes sense.
It's a me. You know, like as soon as you said it, it's like it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a me as a game. I love games that have very unique aesthetics, and this game does have a very unique aesthetic. And when I think about all the other games, I feel like Wet. Honestly, I put it on the list just because of the style.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a precedent. I feel like it's a weird case of it's such an interesting style that I wish was used more, and it makes me disappointed that there won't be like a sequel. Like the sequel got canceled because I could see this making like its own little like headroom, like how Borderlands has like its weird like sci-fi western aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Like this could have had its own like like what is it? B tier action movie vibes.
Yeah, it's grindhouse
Yeah.
sort of, cinema vibes. Okay. I guess I could have called that one because I remember that we talked about that a little bit in that episode about how much you love the style. But yeah, a good pick for you. My pick is Jeanne d'Arc, and in some way, it's kind of like you. I just have an affinity for PSP graphics, so I think the graphical style already kind of sucks me in. I love the way that the character models look, and I love like the sort of diorama-esque towns. Something about it, super, super charming. I do want to give a shout out to the UI in R Racing and in Binary Domain because they had some really slick, like sci-fi, Y2K ass like menus. But yeah, overall, I think for me it's Jeanne d'Arc as far as best presentation. But I think Binary Domain, maybe even Racing Evolution with its like gorgeous like car models could have maybe, eked it out. But I think the PSP graphics for me really, really won me over. And what did our viewers? Oh my god, what did they think?
It's a 4-way tie. No, it is actually a 4-way tie between Racing Revolution, Wet, Jeanne d'Arc, and Rumble Roses. Rumble Roses got one. Shout out. Rumble Roses does have some style to it. It does have some swag to it. I will say that. Rumble Roses.
Yeah, it has really great fidelity for the characters, but I think that's where it stops.
No, the intros, I'll fight back on that. The intros for each wrestler is pretty cool. But, I mean...
But is that enough?
Yeah.
To call it best presentation? Like those two things?
Yeah, compared to everything else, it's definitely not up there. But...
Because the menus were ass. Remember that? The menus were ass and confusing. The world was like bland, and
There's only
I think
2
we
stages.
Wanted more,
3 stages.
Yeah, we wanted more stages. Yeah, the cutscenes were like pretty lazy, except for
the voice acting was horrible.
So I mean, I don't know.
But it's got a billion polygons in Dixie's ass. Come on,
that is true for Dixie's ass. I mean, okay.
For a PlayStation 2 game.
I'm changing my answer.
Yeah, and you already mentioned the other ones of our Racing Evolution and Jeanne d'Arc, so I mean, they're kind of on the money with it. They're at least getting our choices as well in there, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. The next category is best soundtrack. There's only one criteria for that, and that is, can you bump it in the whip? and I think you all know what what are the choices going to be. I think this is like a unanimous decision here. Me and Sondi both pick R Racing Evolution.
Yes.
So, Sondi, if you want to go ahead with your reasons.
All bops, all hits. We literally sat down in the podcast and re-listened to the whole soundtrack and was like, yeah, that's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. And there was never a time where I was racing where I felt bad that I chose the wrong song. Every single song on that soundtrack hits, including the menu songs. Everything is about. But it's just the genres that I like. I like disco, funky house. Yeah. I like jungle, drum and bass. So it just fit right up my alley. I will give a close second to Wet. Wet did have some good music, and once again, just like the presentation, the one song that's always been stuck in my head since a kid is the one song from the very first level of Wet, where it's like, "Baby, you're driving me insane." It's not a good song in hindsight, but it was catchy enough to where it got a brainworm in my ear until we played this game last year. So I'll give it that. There was a bunch of good hits on that song. It fits the vibe of Wet, I would say. And I kind of can't really think of the music of the rest of the games to off the top of my head.
I tried too. I was like, Binary Domain, did that not have a single like bop? Like Rumble Roses, I remember had really trash music, even though it was by Silent Hill veteran Akira Yamaoka. Blitz the League just had
dad raps.
Had old head, but like not even like it had like underground old head like like just B-list.
I don't listen to that 50 Cent and Little John. I listen to Black Thought.
Yeah. Okay. So what did the viewers' choice?
They also chose R Racing. It was also not unanimous, but it wasn't it also R Racing. Wet got one vote. So
yeah, that was you. You put Wet in there.
It must be. I invalidated myself. It was not me.
Okay. Next category. One of my favorite categories. Banned from the Rack. Now, Banned from the Rack is tricky because we're already playing games that are usually seen as unsung heroes, or they're usually seen as the worst in a franchise or like the least popular, because usually they have like a funky mechanic or something. So Banned from the Rack is pretty tricky because it really has to be like not fun overall for us. Because me and Sondi, I think Sondi more so, are willing to put up with a lot of jank, a lot of bugginess, a lot of frustrating levels, rage-inducing, moments. But I feel like Banned from the Rack is just the worst of the worst. So Sondi, go ahead, give us your pick.
99 Nights, man. What a game, man. I was so excited for 99 Nights. I genuinely thought that this was going to be one of my like sleeper hits. I thought this was going to be like one of like the ones that I rave about. Like I thought it was going to be like a three-way between Binary Domain, Wet, and 99 Nights, because this is a very me-ass game. Muso, beautiful graphics, but the game fucking sucks. It's slow. It's annoying. The characters all feel trash to play. The game just runs sluggishly. I don't know when I'm killing my units or when I'm not killing the units. It's a fucking headache to play. And it's the one game that I genuinely felt like, because usually Banned from the Rack isn't really like really banned from the rack for me. Like what we have before, like State of Emergency. As like one of the banned from the racks
in years prior. Yeah, I can't remember.
Usually the banned from the racks aren't even like bad games, I would say. They're just like, out of these games, this is the last one I would play if I was to replay any of them. And 99 Nights, I genuinely wanted to like snap the disc in half and like not even own it. Like that's how bad it was. Like I ripped my do-rag. I like threw my controller into this couch so many times. Like, you want to throw a controller, but you don't want to break it. So you're like,
yeah. This is my third pair of glasses because that game drove me crazy.
No, quite literally, bro. I was so frustrated playing that game. And I don't know if it's because we do this podcast and it's different, because if you watching were to play 99 Nights and you didn't enjoy it, you would just stop playing it, And you kind of got to force yourself through the sludge a little bit in hopes that it gets better or something, but it doesn't. It gets worse. So that's why 99 Nights is here for me.
My pick is also 99 Nights. And you know what? It's not, I don't know if it's common for us usually to pick the same band from the rack, right?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, it's usually like we usually have the same one. But yeah, it's for the same reasons. I remember you started playing it before and got to a certain point and you were texting me and you were just like, "Bro, this shit I just cannot. This is so frustrating." And I was like, "Surely it can't be that bad." You know. So I finally started playing it and the slowness and the checkpoint or the lack of checkpoints and you can really feel just how repetitive it is and how slow it is. Like that's one game where I felt old because I was falling asleep because you're just like running in this long stage and it's so slow, you know, and you finally get to a group of enemies and you're fighting them and you know, I mean, I could go on with the complaints, but you're fighting them, you don't know who you're fighting, and then it's on to the next, and you're just like slowly trudging along, and you're just hoping that, you know, it's not as far as you think, or like the next checkpoint or the next cutscene just like, you know, just cuts in. You're hoping something will happen, and it just doesn't. It's just boring, and it's slow. Not a great time at all. And me and Sondi, I think, are very forgiving when it comes to Muso types, Muso likes.
I played through Arslan.
And
that game sucks.
Yeah, Arslan, yeah. Because the characters suck. It's like, this is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, well, Berserker was one I think I talked about in the episode for 99 Nights, where Berserker was so boring because you only played as Guts for a very long time, and his attacks were just like they were just so boring. Like all he does is swing his sword and he doesn't do any cool combos.
Swing.
And he's also slow and you play as him for like half the game before you introduce a new character and the new characters suck. So I remember just feeling like, all right, I'm done with this. Although I am willing to go back. But yeah, so what is the band from the rack for the viewers?
This is a weird one. It's a tie between X-Men Destiny, valid, and Blitz the League.
Wow.
I didn't expect Blitz the League. That kind of threw me off.
Yeah, X-Men
Destiny makes sense.
That tells me they didn't play 99 Nights. Because X-Men Destiny was at least like, it might have been like mindless, but it was at least like, okay, it was quick. And the pay, like it would change from like a puzzle to maybe a platform. Like you did, like things kept moving, you know,
right.
You know.
It's kind of like playing the Fantastic Four game on like GameCube or any other generic movie tie-in superhero game at the time that wasn't Superman or Spider-Man, where it's kind of just like
that's a good point.
Yeah, it's like Shrek 2 beat 'em up ass kind of game. It's just fun to turn your mind off and just shoot blast at people and walk off. Like, you know, it's not too much to where I would think, oh, this doesn't do X-Men justice, because I don't think that's what they were trying to do. I think they were just trying to make a budget X-Men game with the license that they had at the time.
Yeah, well, it was definitely like a mismanagement of their budget, because you could tell the game feels very like undercooked or underbaked. But yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think those are both good choices. Blitz the League, though, as banned from the rack. I mean,
the League is a fun ass game, bro.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I might not have liked it that much, but like, I would play that again, like just to see. I don't know, but I don't know. Our viewers, they're all over the map, you know, all four of them. So I don't know. Next category, another fun one. Front of the rack. We like to sort of go outside of our sphere of games. You know, obviously we're not just playing BOTR titles or games that we deem BOTR. We're playing the big budget games that come out during the year because me and Sondi are heavy gamers who play 100+ games a year, you know. we them boys, and like this front of the rack sort of honors what our favorite big budget game was. So, Sondi, go ahead and take it away with your choice.
My choice was South of Midnight. Midnight was wow. Woke
Whoa.
South of Midnight it's an incredible game. Like, I don't know, but if a game moves me to tears multiple times, like, and it wasn't like tears of sadness or sorrow or anything. It was genuine just tears of like, this is beautiful. Like, wow, like emotionally heartstring pulling, gripping story, beautiful world, beautiful characters, beautiful art style. The gameplay, while I do agree that a lot of the time, the enemy variety isn't as keen or as high as it should be. And it is very repetitive because it's kind of like you just do some platforming, run around, then you go into a combat arena, clear out the combat arena, do some more platforming, rinse, repeat until you fight the big boss area. And then you do that 3 or 4 times until you get to the final boss. And that's not a bad loop, especially for like an 8-hour game. It's not that long of a game. So I think it did well. I think it was very nice. I like the Southern style aesthetic. I live in the South. I'm born and raised in the South, so it is what it is. I like the way that it feels to me. There's some honorable mentions that I won't mention. We'll do that later. But I really, really enjoyed this game. I think it's one of those games where I feel confident in saying it's one of the best games I've ever played. And like, not a hyperbole situation. Like, I really genuinely feel like if I replay this game, I'll catch some new things and experience even on like harder difficulties. Maybe the combat will feel a little bit better. That yeah, I just really like this game a lot.
When I heard it was coming to PlayStation, which I knew it was at some point, I was excited for it. I remember I was pretty excited for it. Well, let me be more accurate with my words here. I had a lot of interest because the style looked cool and a game set in that like location with the geography and all that. I was like, okay, that's really unique, you know. And then I heard a lot of praise for the story and the characters, the world building, and I thought that was cool. But when I heard that the gameplay itself wasn't really like doing anything, and I was like, that's difficult for me because I don't play games for story. I'm a huge movie buff. I like watching movies is what I'll say. I don't know about movie buff, but I watch movies for story. So when I play a game, I don't mind that like characters are quirky or it's dramatic or whatever. I always get a little hesitant because I'm like, I don't want to play, like I don't want to watch cutscenes right now, you know.
Yeah,
and I can't remember the last time I played a game that made me emotional. Because, well, for one, I don't play a lot of narrative games. I mean, like I play Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man, Miles Morales, like those are narrative games, right? Like action adventure, and the main mission, the main story is like it's a narrative, right? And I play like Trails, right? I started Trails in the Sky, Chapter 1, which is heavily story based.
That is,
but there's a lot of gameplay in between. Yeah. But there's a lot of gameplay in between, right? So I don't know. I get a little sometimes, especially as I get older, where I'm like, I got 3 hours maybe to play a game, and I'm like, let me just skip these cutscenes. Not all the time, but like, yeah, story is always like the second thing. So while I am a bit skeptical, I do want to experience it, and I think I am going to support the developers and buy it day one on PS5 when it comes out, because I think I really like the art style, and I feel like it's cool for a game like this to get so much praise. So I'll definitely play it, and I'll let you know what I think when I start playing it. I hope it makes me cry.
Oh yes, there's hopefully
I'll probably have it. Just real quick, I'll probably have Elise watch me play it because it's so narrative focused. Real quick, the last narrative focused game I played was Mafia 1, which is very like you're just
that's another one,
yeah. So there's that too, which I did like, but again, I was like, all right, I just kind of want to play a game, you know. But anyways, go on.
Yeah. South of Midnight. There's a lot more game than there is cutscene. I make it sound like it's very narrative focused, but there's most of the time the cutscenes never last more than 5 minutes. It gets you right into the action, so that's a good thing about it.
Yeah. But I think if I go in with the mindset that it's focused on the story, then maybe I can kind of check my expectations in some way.
Like, don't, because a lot of people always say like the enemy variety and like the combat and stuff, and it's like not innovative. And it's like one of those things where it's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be innovative. And I don't think combat necessarily is the point that the game is trying to like press down to you. So it's kind of like a means.
Would you say it feels good?
Yeah, it feels great. That's the thing. Okay. So it's not like bad.
As long as it's like polished gameplay.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I mean, you and me are no strangers to playing games that are not innovative. We love Warriors games.
Yeah,
like serve us up a Warriors game every year. Like it's not innovative.
Yeah, they gave us 2 last year, and I fucking played the hell out of both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. So I don't think that'll be a problem. My front of the rack is Monster Hunter Wilds.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna woke garbage.
Can't believe you playing those woke monsters.
The most woke Monster Hunter is Monster Hunter Wilds. I understand that a lot of people don't like this game for a lot of solid reasons. I was only introduced to the Monster Hunter franchise with World, and I played the fuck out of that one. Probably put about 190 hours into that. And the one thing I didn't like about the game was how annoyingly difficult it was. And like just some of the like Monster Hunter cuts its teeth on this idea that it needs to be like a simulator, almost like a hunting simulator. Like it has like funky and clunky like weird menus and things you have to do, and you know, Sondi, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
Because it's the things that you liked, you know. And that was always the hurdle for me, where I was like, I just can't, like it's just too clunky. It's not, I feel like it needs to be streamlined. And so they finally did that with Monster Hunter Wilds. And again, I'm not saying it's the best Monster Hunter, but I think it's the one that I fucked with the most because they streamlined all the things that got in my way to just play the game. There are a couple of negatives about it, obviously. Like it's not the perfect game. I think some of the menus are a disaster and somehow worse than World. And I wish they would just update that, and maybe they will at some point. I don't know. But yeah, I have about 170 hours in Monster Hunter Wilds. And yeah, I think it just ticked all my boxes, you know. And I still think about going back to it almost every time that I sit down to play a game. And funny enough, the only reason I don't is because I have to put the disc in. And like I already sit down and I'm like, all right, let me just play what's in here already.
Very valid.
You know?
Touche. I agree.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the reason why I don't play a lot of Monster Hunter Wilds myself, because I'm like, I'm not going to do all that. I got to read down.
And I like having yeah. And I like having the disc. You know, it's not like I'm saying I won't buy the disc, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, well, I'm probably just gonna play it for a couple hours and then switch to a different games. And then I always think to myself too, I'm like, I should probably finish the game I'm currently playing before going back to a game I already beat. And you know what I mean? So yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds is my pick. Do you have anything to say about that?
I love Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds is not the best. I'm sorry, but it says Monster Hunter Wilds it's a frustrating game because low-key, I would say it's like number 6 on like my top 5 games this year. I did really enjoy it, Monster Hunter Wilds. I think the base roster of monsters is probably the best in the series. Like we have octopus, we have spiders, we have the monkeys. Yeah. Like we have a huge eclectic collection of like monsters in this game that I feel is really good. But I think the issue I'm realizing is that Monster Hunter games are now low-key live service games. So
Yes,
a lot
now
of
they are,
these
yeah.
issues that I have will never be addressed because Worlds, the issue, they added Guardian armor to ramp you up for Iceborne. So it kind of inerted a lot of that pressure that you had, like you were saying, with how hard and difficult it was, the base game. They kind of streamlined. Like if you play Monster Hunter Worlds now, you can just get the Guardian armor and just blitz through the entire story up into Iceborne, and none of that challenge is there. Same thing kind of sort of arise with the ninja tools and the dogs, because you can have a dog and a cat with you, and you can the ninja tools recharge, and you can ride monsters and go
Rise.
fight another monster to beat them up. Like it was a lot. It was very arcadey with that.
It was.
Yeah. And then you get to this game, and I do like the focus system. I do like that you can switch weapons. I do like the sacred, though I wish that the sacred would automatically set the auto move. Not to auto move, but the manual mode. So that you can actually get to understand the environments. I wish that the story wasn't so railroaded. That's another big issue, is that most of this time you're playing the story, you're just walking on a sacred. As you walk towards the next monster that you gotta fight, and then they do some weird cutscenes, and then you go on and they talk and they yap. And mind you, Monster Hunter games, they've always yapped, but it's always been like not voiced. But like now we have cutscenes.
Oh right.
Now we have stories, and it's like I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm a hunter. My job is to hunt monsters. I'm not here to learn about ecology and shit like that. That's your job. My job is to hunt the monsters and do that shit. Don't ask me about that shit. I don't know. I think Monster Hunter as a series, like you were saying, I always like the simulation aspect for it. Because, for example, Monster Hunter Tri, and usually most of the Monster Hunters, you are a hunter assigned to that village, and you arrive there, and they're like, okay, cool, we're having some monster issues. Go ahead and handle that. These are the things that we got to handle and stuff like that. And you slowly build up your arsenal. But I feel like I kind of got to the end of the game, and I never really like understood exactly what I was doing in a weird way. Like, I don't know builds. I don't know what skills are good. I don't know what to cook. I don't know what's in the environment. And that's all because everything's streamlined through the sacred. And a lot of people, it was very easy to me because it's like, okay, I got the focus system. I got that's constantly knocking the monster down with the wounds. It's just, and I think also just legacy skill is just making it to where like I'm just super good with a sword and shield, to where most of these monsters didn't really give me trouble because I fought what's the monkey? I forgot the name of the monkey. Like I fought him
the Blazongo or something?
the Belongo or whatever. I fought him in Monster Hunter 1. So like I've been fighting him for 20 years now. I know how he plays.
Yeah.
And same with the Rathalos and all that. So you're not really doing anything of the network. And I think the latest updates have increased the difficulty, but I don't like that it's at the end of the game, you know? I got to get to HR 100. I got to get to the end game for the game to actually be difficult and actually show some wear compared to the rest of the game, because it's streamlined and it sends in 4 hunters to help you out at any time, NPCs and stuff. I don't know, man. I think it's just me being a boomer with Monster Hunter, bro. I'm trying to think. I think it's just me being a boomer.
Well, it's sort of like with Resident Evil 6, how we love that one, but it's such a departure from like what people liked about Resident Evil to begin with, you know, or kind of like how Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 started to change what Resident Evil was. I feel like World and Rise really are the culmination of what like it's the natural evolution of what Wilds is, you know. But what was I gonna say to you about? As far as like dream games, right? I feel like because a lot of the times in Monster Hunter Wilds, I love just like I'll get off my Sekirite or just walk slowly with it and explore, and I've done that on every map. And I wish there was something else to do sometimes. Like sometimes I don't want to be in the chaos of fighting a monster with like the bombastic music. Like I want to be in that world still, and I want to be my character, and maybe like, you know, I just wish there was some other activity, like, and I'm thinking like it'd be kind of cool if you could mix a Muso game with this. Like, first you gotta like take out all like, because you have this powerful ass weapon.
Yeah.
So why not give us like some like peons to fight, you know?
And that's my
like
thing is that,
or something. I don't
and that's
know.
my thing is that like in this game, the little monsters, I can't think of one time that a little monster caused me any issues or that I had to actually care about them existing. Whereas back in the day, Velocidromes and like the little bugs that be shocking you, like all of
Yeah.
these monsters,
That were
like the
annoying.
yeah, the small monsters used to be just as annoying. Even the like herbivores ram into you, like they would be as annoying as the regular monsters.
As aggressive, yeah.
And like you were saying, how like you just wish that you can just not fight a monster. Like that's how it used to be back in the day with like the expeditions. Like you would just go out and be like, "Hey, I'm going to the waterfall area or whatever," and you can just go out there, fish, look for random secrets, mine a little bit, and then maybe a monster might appear, and you'll be like, "Oh!" Like it wasn't a guarantee that a monster would appear, but if a monster did appear, you can hunt it for free and stuff. But like I don't know, I just feel like give me back a farm, bro. Let me farm, bro. Like what?
Yeah. I guess there was like that farming aspect in it in earlier games, huh? Is that what you're trying to say? Like farming as in like crafting or farming like in repeating a specific
Kind of both.
loop?
Yeah, kind of both. Where it's kind of like you build up your arsenal of tools. You know, I got the max potions and the ancient potions and the life powders. Like if you play a gunner, getting all the materials to build your ammo and building traps and all that stuff, even the armor, like it's you need all that, and it's constantly a dwindling resource. So it's like, okay, I gotta constantly re-up on whetstones, constantly re-up on pickaxes, constantly re-up on potions, where you don't really have to do that this game. You kind of just you're either giving it for free or it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, and you can just kind of go along with the flow.
They should at least make a crafting like a really like a what game is that? Kingdom Come Deliverance. Like they should make a blacksmithing mini game or something, so when you make your weapon it's like really a commitment or something. I don't know. They should just I feel like the monster hunting is really fun and it's the best it's ever felt, but I do think that it just needs another loop that's not just going through menus and automatically getting your weapon or your gear. I feel like it just needs something else to sort of offset the constant like being out in the field and killing monsters, because you're right, like when I was walking around the biomes and I was like trying to like see what's out there. Like, what are these plants? What do they do? I'm like, yeah, there really isn't a lot out here. There's some like things that you could fish and some like, some bones. But there wasn't enough to really like make me want to do it again. It was fun the first time, but yeah, there's not much else. And no one else would do that except me, because the type of nigga that I am, to be like walking slowly and I'm like observing like the terrain and all that. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it is interesting, but I don't know. It's the game I played the most this year. It's the game that I always think about playing. It's the game that I want to see more content for. I want to see more. Like I want there to be an Iceborne expansion for it or something similar. I love it. So it's definitely my game of the year. A close second. Well, yeah, we'll get into that in a different video on what our maybe top fives are for the year. What is the viewer's choice?
So the viewer's choice, there's it's a little eclectic a little bit. We got Dispatch getting 2 votes. Fantasy Life I.
Oh, real quick, did you play Dispatch?
Nope.
Did you want to? Because I kind of did, even though it's full narrative. I was like, all right.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Kind of, sort of, no. Like, I don't know.
No.
Visual novels, narrative game, point and clicks. Kind of like, you got off that.
Turn you off, yeah.
Yeah.
See, like, for me, I'm like, okay, now that I understand that there's no gameplay, then I'll just go through it and just, like, treat it like a movie, Because it's like all in, from what I understand, right? There's like no gameplay, right? Or am I?
Yeah, there's like a little bit of gameplay, like, but it's just really just like choose who goes to what, like dispatching the heroes. That's the only thing. But like, it's not really a game. It's kind of like just
Right.
throwing some niggas up
Okay.
against the wall, throwing some shit at a wall, and hoping it makes a narrative choice or something like that.
Yeah. The gameplay sort of looked like 13 Sentinels from what I remember. So I didn't know like if it was that bare bones or more in depth, but yeah, I guess it's not any more deeper. Okay.
Yeah. We
What
also
was the
got
second game they chose?
Fantasy Life I, which I completely forgot about that game. But yeah, that's a game.
When did that come out?
I remember, what was
That
it?
was recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's level 5. Fantasy Life I. That came out. It came out in April. Yeah, and it got a PC release for that. It's level 5 games. But I mean, from the looks of
Yeah,
it,
that
it
looks
is
good.
kind of like Stardew Valley, you know, farming sim / dungeon, like Ruin Factory kind of thing, where you know you do your action-y thing, kind of what we were talking about with Monster Hunter, where you do your farming and then you have your second gameplay with your dungeon crawling, so that you never get really tired of either. Or if you get tired of farming, you can dungeon crawl. If you get tired of dungeon crawling, you can farm. You know, so. I might check it out. I've always wanted to check it out. I remember playing. What was another one on 3DS? Was it just the original Fantasy Life, and then this is just a port?
I don't know. Is it only on the Switch or is it only?
Well, it's on everything. It's on PC, PlayStation, Windows, Xbox.
Oh shit. A step into this slow life RPG.
Okay, it is a sequel of the 3DS game. Okay. Yeah, I played the 3DS version, so I kind of get a gist of what it is a little bit. But that was so long ago. I was working at GameStop at the time. Yeah.
Right. 1 to 2 players? Ooh.
And then another one, surprising, Resident Evil 5. That didn't come out last year, but they probably played it last year. And you know what? I'll give it to them. Resident Evil 5, best Resident Evil game there is. So I shout out to them for playing that. I fuck with them for that. I know exactly who that is.
Do you know
too.
who?
It's got to be Community.
I know.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Wait, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. I know who it is.
Solis?
Yes.
Let's go.
We just beat Resident Evil 5 a couple days ago, like last weekend.
Let's go.
And it was it's her first Resident Evil. It was my first time playing Resident Evil 5. But yeah, she really enjoyed it. It's
heat,
man. It's definitely
it's heat.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I had fun with it for sure. Except for a couple of like really strange, like the last boss with Wesker is really strange. We got stuck. We had to like watch several videos online, like on YouTube to see like how the fuck other people were beating him. And then we played all the DLC as well because it comes with like, you know, all that. So we played the DLC and but we had fun. I think she liked it. She did find a lot of things annoying or weird. We're gonna play Resident Evil 6 together at some point. So
let's go.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Resident Evil, I did start Resident Evil Revelations. That game is kind of trash. Like I'm so confused because like I was kind of going into it expecting to like it or like knowing what I was getting, but it's actually worse than what I thought it was. Like
the caveat is it was a 3DS game. Yeah.
Right. That's sort of you can really, really feel it. It does not feel good at all to play or to shoot. I'm just like, oh, this is
on 3DS.
So I started playing that.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
The re-release, I think I played a little bit of the release and I was like, I just played it as a 3DS if I need to.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt because I'm like, first off, it looks worse because it's like smoothed out in HD, and I feel like on the 3DS it probably would have looked really good and like, you know, had that sort of there's a charm for 3DS graphics, right? But on a 65-inch screen, you know, I'm just like, this is an ugly ass, like this is just not good. So I don't know if I'll continue playing that. I think I'm like, I don't know, maybe like 4 hours into it. But yeah. Those are the viewers' choices. Pretty good choices, I would say. I'm kind of surprised in some way that I didn't see something like, didn't Marvel Rivals come out last year?
Well, technically, it came out December 2024. But yeah, it kind of hit its stride. I don't know. Marvel Rivals, it was like so peak for like 5 months, and then it just like dipped down. I was like, I can't play this shit. I didn't play Marvel Rivals from like, I think whenever Ultron came out was the last time I played it, and then I just got back into it. And the characters, because Gambit and Rogue is in there, they're both really fun to play. Emma Frost is in there. Daredevil's really cool. And there, Blade's really cool. Like every character they've added so far has been really cool. And even speaking of that, the day of recording this, they added Deadpool. And
yeah, I saw that.
He breaks the entire mold, and he's all 3 roles. I'm like, what's going on? This is a great game. They've added like a Times Square, so like now people can just like dance around in like Times Square, and there's a bunch of like Easter eggs there. There's an 18 versus 18 mode. They just had a zombies mode for the longest time in there. And
that was gross. I played that.
Yeah, that shit was ass.
This does not. I'm like, why does and I was so frustrated because I'm like, why doesn't this feel right? Like, you can tell the game is really built for PvP because like the way like it felt, hitting the zombies and stuff, I'm like, this just doesn't feel right.
I felt like hitting noodles. I was like, nothing's happening.
Yeah, you fight a giant Wanda she's kind of big, right? Or like something's up with her. You fight Scarlet Witch at the end, and I was really disappointed. Yeah, so I jumped in November probably or late October just to see like what it was about because I heard that it was PvE, and I was like, oh cool, I don't have to get my ass kicked, and yeah. I played it. I played one match, and I tried to leave, but you know how you're kind of locked in.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I have to finish this whole fucking thing. God damn.
It's crazy because it's been damn near a year and some change now. And when I tell you the exact same issues are still happening today, it blows my mind. Like, how are we still insta-locking 5 DPS, bro? How? Yeah. Nobody wants to tank. Nobody wants to heal. What's going on?
That's the other thing, or the other free-to-play server. Yeah, free-to-play live service game is what I'm trying to say. The other live service game I played was Zenless Zone Zero. I jumped into that again, and the issue with that game is just all the fucking currency and all the fucking progression, like not statistics, but like all the progression menus are just like everywhere.
You need to level up your character, level up your gun, level up your abilities, level up your skills, level up your.
And they all require all these different fucking currencies, and the gameplay feels so fucking good, and it's just buried underneath all this fucking slop, this live service slop, and it makes me so sad because I'm like, damn, this like this would be my go-to, like, let me just pick up and play like a quick round of something, but it's just so like there's too many menus, even though like some of them look really cool. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Everything is like in a different language, they can't just be like, this is your energy, you just need this type of energy. It's like, oh, this is called Symphonian and you need this other Crystonium, and then there's also I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Like, just call coins.
Yeah, just like call it like this is just money, and then you need like, it's just too much, man. And I hate it because I want to love it so much, but it's just
when Hoyo makes brutal. A single player linear game like they so desperately want to, like they want to make a Devil May Cry ass game so bad, but like the gacha money is too strong that they're like, nah, we make a gacha on it though. We can make $1 billion. Like Zenless Zone Zero, if it was a linear like if you had like 3 characters you play as, like 3 or 4 characters, and that was like your like 12 levels, 12 chapters, it would be like my game of the year, but it's not. So
yeah. And I love the fact that there's like different, like affiliations. Like each character is part of like a specific like group or like an affiliation. Kind of like Wolverine is to the X-Men as Iron Man is to the Avengers. Like they had that kind of system in there, and that's cool. And yeah, like I just imagine it'd be cool to have a single player game where it's like you get to pick what house you're gonna be in, and you can only choose those characters or something, and you go through their story. But it's just so fucking messy and convoluted, and they're talking about nonsense the whole time. Like they're smelling their own farts the entire time. I'm just like, dude, you guys need to just chill. You guys are leaning way too hard into your own lore, and that's what Genshin did too, obviously. So
yeah, Genshin maybe it lost me after a couple updates. I was like, all right, bro, you're on your own. It's for those people that obsess and make like their like Twitter avatar into their favorite gacha pools. Like that's how I feel Hoyo games are, and it kind of ruined the whole gacha landscape because now everybody is a Hoyo clone. It's the same shit every time. Like I know a game is a gacha. Like there's like this new pirate game that's coming out, and like the trailer, I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's a fucking gacha. Yeah.
If the characters look too cool or are anime, it's probably a gacha because.
Or if they announce like if they show a trailer and they show like 7 characters, I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking gacha.
Oh yeah. That's definitely how you know. But anyways, yeah. Let's move on into the replay award. This is just an award for a game that we would most likely want to replay or explore a future entry of. So Sondi, go ahead.
I know this is very weird because we just banned it, but 99 Nights. I would really like to check out, not 99 Nights, 99 Nights 2. I would really like to check out the sequel and see if they improve on anything. Maybe the sequel is really, really good and just an underrated Muso game. Maybe it also sucks. I don't know. But we'll see if we ever decide to play it. But I think it would be nice to play that game.
That's a good choice. And I would pick up the second one just out of curiosity because I'm sure they had to improve.
It's got to be at least better than 99 Nights 1.
Yeah. I feel like with video games, it's very unique. When they get sequels, typically, on average, they're usually better in like the gameplay department at the very least. The story might not hit like the first one did, but typically they're usually better. So I like that. That's a good pick. My pick is X-Men Destiny, and that's only because the Wii port of it, you sold me on it, and I was very curious.
I sold you on that?
Yeah, you were basically telling me it's a whole different game with like a whole different style, cell shaded, and I'm like, and that was the era when the Wii version of like a game was always like different.
Yeah, it was always like the PS2 version with like motion control and shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe I should try that out because I have this idea for a video for our channel. I'm not saying I'm going to commit to this, but I want to play every X-Men game before Wolverine comes out.
That's a lot of X-Men games.
In my pursuit, but I got time, in my pursuit, I was thinking of like what I would rule out and stuff, and I was thinking about the Wii game, and I was like, wait, well, maybe we'll see. So yeah, that's definitely one I would want to maybe explore in the future. Yeah. What did the viewers pick? The viewers' choice.
Our viewers chose for the replay. It's a tie between Rumble Roses and R Racing. And, we do have a lot more Ridge Racers that we could put on there. Like Ridge Racer Type 4. Ridge Racer Type 4 isn't really back of the rack anymore.
No.
It was back of the rack when we were using it as an aesthetic.
Do you ever listen or watch a YouTube video and they're basically using the music now? Like
all
I
the
feel
time.
Like every video is using. I'm just like, damn,
fuck,
that became huge. Yeah. I feel like you always hear Persona 5 and Ridge Racer music in like a lot of gaming video essays and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm actually kind of down to play Rumble Roses too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Same.
It's the one with tag team. It's got Create a Fighter. It's got like a different story mode where it's got like actual shops. It's kind of like Virtual Quest from what I saw. Not Virtual Quest, Virtual Fighter. like the quest mode in Virtual Fighter, where you like go. It's like a map, and you like choose venues, and I guess like train your character and stuff like that. So I was like that. That seems like it's got a little bit more heft to it compared to Rumble Roses 1. So I'll check it out. And
I have it on my eBay list, watching it to pick it up at some point.
I don't know about Ridge Racers. There's so many. There's a Ridge Racer PSP. There's Ridge Racer on the PS3. There's, what's that last one? There was another one like that was like super serious. That was like kind of like Need for Speed. I can't remember what the name. I know it was Ridge Racer. I don't know. I don't know if it's the PS3, just Ridge Racer. Or
Rage Racer?
Not Rage Racer. It was on PS3. It was like one of those last ones before it like disappeared.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be down for Ridge Racer. But I mean, there's also like Juiced. I'm trying to play SRS. Whichever one is one of those two that got the dating sim in it. I want to play that shit.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to this.
Or LA Rush. Do you remember LA Rush?
Yes, actually. Yes, LA Rush. Yes. This is it. Yeah. That's some back of the rack ass shit
as well. It is. It's definitely back of the rack. What is the viewers? So now that we're gonna go into the back of the rack of the year, why don't we start with what the viewers' choice is for the back of the rack of the year?
Back of the rack of the year. It's gonna be very controversial. It's 99. No, I'm just kidding. It's Wet. Surprisingly, Wet has shooters.
Wow.
So I'm surprised. And you know what? I respect it because I'm still not sure if I would choose Wet. Like I'm still at a toss up even now about like Wet and Binary Domain. And I think Wet only because the style was so cool. It was really fun, really short. And it's just fun to just shoot niggas in slow-mo. I'm going to keep it honest with you. It's incredibly fun to shoot niggas in slow-mo.
Yeah, no, I get it, yeah. Sure it is. No, you know what? That is an honorable mention. Wet is definitely a runner-up for me, for sure, because back of the rack of the year, you know, it needs to be the quintessential back of the rack game. Like, it needs to be overlooked. It needs to be undermarketed. It needs to be remembered to a degree. It needs to be a solid game, both, you know, forgotten, underrated, and all that. And I feel like Wet is definitely a game that if I was explaining the podcast to someone and been like, we cover games, you know, that are like sort of not hidden gems, but not like overhyped games. So something like Wet. You know, I think a lot of people would be like, oh, okay, yeah, because Wet is not a hidden gem, because it's not. There's nothing really, like, a hidden gem to me is like fucking, I don't know, like something that is not good, something that wasn't marketed well, but is really good. That's a hidden gem to me.
I feel you. Like, for example, Persona for a long time was a hidden gem until Persona 5.
Yes. Yeah. Because those games are really good, and then people just didn't know about them. Like legitimately good.
Yeah. And I would say Wet. It all depends on the person that you're. It's kind of like Wanted Dead or like like Mad World or you know, most of the games that we kind of Muso games. You know, like. We kind of in our innately play back of the rack as games in the front of the rack, but it's just by proxy. That's just kind of like they're mostly the ones that take a risk. They do something different, and they try to do something. They might not land successfully, but they try to do something differently. Whether they succeed is kind of all dependent on them.
Yeah, absolutely agree. So. Me and Sondi both are in agreement for what our back of the rack of the year is. Our choice for the season 5 back of the rack of the year is Binary Domain. I'm sure you'll echo all my sentiments here. Binary Domain is just like the quintessential back of the rack game where it's really, really good but not perfect. It has a lot of issues. Came out at a time where I think it was oversaturated. It's definitely overlooked, undermarketed, because a lot of people don't even know the fucking game when you mention it. They're like, what? Who? Binary Domain, you know? PS3 era, you know, it has a little bit of that jank in there, but it has that gimmick of destructible robots, you know, and your companions and all that. It's just a game that sticks with you, and one that I think when people see the cover they might recognize. The same with Wet. You know, Wet is definitely one of those games where you see the cover, you're like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that shit. But yeah, I mean, it has to win. All the other games, there's just something not right. Binary Domain for me is the right pick.
Yeah, I agree. I think about all the games that we played this year, and honestly, Binary Domain is the only one that I think about going back to a lot. And once again, I beat the game twice as we were in the process of recording that episode. And I just, like, I think when I think of back of the rack games and the ones that stick out the most to me, like Choro Q, State of Emergency, Brave Fencer Musashi, not Brave Fencer Musashi, Musashi Samurai Legends. Hey, listen, State of Emergency hits. I think about those games a lot because they're so interesting and they're so fun to play. And I will always go back to them. Like, even Parasite Eve. I was actually playing Parasite Eve a little bit at MagFest. I had it on a random console. And it was right at that part where the second boss in the sewer or whatever it was at. And I was like,
right.
Yeah, I was like, I got to get off this or I might beat the whole game right here. But
yeah,
I love Binary Domain. I love it so much for the way that the characters... Like I don't expect this shooting game, generic looking as robot shooting game, to have a whole relationship system and branching paths and alternate endings. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect for the robots to actually do different things depending on which body parts that you blow up. You blow up a left arm or you blow up a shooting arm, then it tries to run at you and take you out or blow up. That's cool. It didn't have to do all of that. And that dynamic play style that it forces you to be on with the weapons and the robots issuing squad commands and the relationship system, especially even with the perks. It's a great game, and it's one of those games where, once again, you keep looking at it on your shelf and you're like, I'm not playing this shit. Why would I play this? Or look at the store and you're like, that looks lame. I don't care about this. But when you actually play it, then you're like, whoa, hold on. There's something here that's really, really good. And unfortunately, the only other shooting game that they would make after this is Yakuza Dead Souls, which sucks. I wish that they would make more shooting games because RGG is actually surprisingly good at making competent third-person shooters.
Yeah, although I think the shooting in Yakuza Souls is like really bad. It's like a whole different. Like it's
because it still wants to be Yakuza, so
know,
it's like still wants to be a beat 'em up, but it wants to be a shooting game for most of it. So it's kind of like weird.
Wait, what is it? It's called Yakuza Souls, or what is it called? Dead Souls?
Is it? I think it's Yakuza Dead Souls. Yakuza Dead. Yeah, Yakuza Dead Souls. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I called it Yakuza Souls. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, back at the rack of the year. Do you want to go into most anticipated of 2026, or should we save that for the next section? When
We can do one award. We added a new award this year. The most anticipated boater game. And this is kind of just a free response, just because sometimes we kind of have like our own like metric of a boater game, but this is a community, and you know sometimes y'all be having some games that I'd be like, that is boater, like like I gave Cosmo. I did one of those like 15 mystery keys, and they gave me 2 keys. The Gurman. It's like the game with like a drill. It was on PSP, and he recently made a video about that. But looking at the video, and I was like, wait a minute, this kind of looks fine. I would kind of play this for back of the rack. This looks kind of cool. I like this. So you never know. But most anticipated boater game. I'm scratching out Elise's because I know exactly which one it is.
Wait, what did she put?
Any with a smiley face.
Yeah, scratch that out.
So we have Crimson Tears, which I appreciate you because I do too. I want to play through it again. We were supposed to play it like season 3, and yeah, didn't. We played Musashi instead. So
yeah. Fun fact: for my birthday, Sondi bought me that game. So yes,
yeah, it's a great game.
Little BOTR trivia.
Yeah, great game. Custom Robo. I think that's on the list.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that is on the list.
And
that is a bargain bin ass BOTR game for sure.
Yeah. I'm about to say, I think I have Custom Robo, and I don't think I've ever put it in my GameCube. I don't think I ever played it.
I might too.
And Alice Return to Madness, which I would totally play American McGee's Alice Return to Madness. Do you have to play the first game, or could you just go straight into the second one?
I don't remember the story, but I just played the second one.
Yeah, I feel like you could probably just go in the first one and be like, yeah, you're good. Nobody played the first one. You're good.
It's so funny because in this current gaming landscape, right? People would see the gameplay of Alice Madness Returns and be like, that's a Souls. That's the Souls like. Because it has like the Z targeting, dodging, and parrying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's very much like it's a Zelda like, basically puzzles, platforming, weapons. It's very, very similar to like a Zelda game.
Yeah,
for sure. But
the only thing I know about it was playing. I think it was either the first game. I don't know. One of them has like a deck of cards as like a weapon. That's like your like pistol or something. You just like throw a deck of cards at people. I don't know.
I've never played the first one. That's PC only? I think, right? Pretty sure it's PC.
No, they released it on 360 and stuff. I think it was like one of those like pre-order bonuses or something like or like they gave it away for free.
Oh shit.
Or something like if you owned Alice, you'll get a download code for Alice Return to whatchamacallem. So yeah, that's the games that they're most anticipating. Sorry guys, we hate to break the truth. We're not playing any of those this year.
Yes, right. They were never gonna be on the list.
Good choices.
Although they are in the back of the rack like master list. I think some of those, but yeah,
I think all three actually
are. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we had already sort of set our games. Although maybe we'll think about incorporating like one viewer picked BOTR title, like as the 7th or something.
Yeah, we got time for it.
But as it stands, we're going back to our choosing 6 games, and then if we have time, we'll do a 7th one for Halloween. But yeah, we're never doing 10 again.
Bro, listen, that's why Samurai Champloo got pushed back. It was like yeah, I think we got 6 this year. I think the issue with 10 was that it required consistency. And our lives are not consistent. So
yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's really hard for us to get that episode. First off, the games, it's mainly me because I take forever to play the game, and then editing it and then getting it out at the right time within that month.
But also, niggas got shit going on because we had Thanksgiving going into Christmas, going into MagFest.
Yeah.
And I was so focused on like MagFest and getting that shit together. Then also, that's my busy time at work. You were unemployed, then got a job, then was working.
Yeah, I started a whole new job where I literally only have about 2 hours at the end of the day to play games, let alone edit and all that. So it became challenging to try and manage all that. But yeah. We're just gonna have to go back to 6, but we are gonna try just to set some expectations for season 6. We are going to be splitting up our content a bit more so that there's more releases. So what we're gonna do, I believe, right, Sonny, we're going to we're gonna have the scripted section. We're gonna bolster the scripted section, have that be its own video, and it's gonna be more of like a mini review kind of deal. It'll still kind of go over all the stuff that we typically talk about, but it'll also have more of our thoughts in that. then we'll have that as a separate video that'll come out, and then a week after that, hopefully, we will do. Yeah, we will do the regular podcast with no scripted section, so we'll just have just straight jumping into like, hey, if you want to check out more about this game, you can check out that video. And then we'll have a Sondi Selects or a Bendezzer Ponders come out the week after that. And then a status check somewhere in there. Probably like either, just depending. You'll get some. We're going to try to give you something every week, basically. Which, as I'm saying it, I'm like, how?
I did just finish a BOTR. I just finished a BOTR radio. I just finished one up, so that should be going
the BOTR radio
separately, though.
Yeah, I feel like those don't count in the grand scheme of the actual channel.
Yeah, because that's his own thing.
You know what I mean? Like they count for the other. It's
count
like
for the
they
squad,
count for
but...
BOTR radio. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say they count for like content on back of the rack, but we're hoping that the scripted section operates like a sort of like a retrospective video. No, not a video essay. It'll be more like a review retrospective. And then our Bendezzer Ponders, which I think I might change the name to that, and Sondi Selects are going to be just like random, very niche thoughts. Like I have one that I want to do about Final Fantasy X. I want to do one about gaming genres and the names that we've come up with and why we can't decide on a specific name. And playing games with your partner as well. So I have some ideas about what the videos would like be about. And obviously Sondi has his
fucking jar
random thoughts.
If I just take what I write down in my journal, I just transcribe it onto the computer, I could probably make a video for every game I beat, which is doable. I could do that. I think I can make a video on the last story. I'm not making one on Mad World. That I don't have anything to say. It was kind of turn your brain off and not die. But yeah, I do definitely have a couple of different Sondi Select video ideas that I've had. I've had this video for like the herbs, like sideline, like 5 different times, and I had a video for Alundra. This is how far back this. Speaking of backlogs and ranking video, I've had this video about like Alundra, and I think when I first started it up, it was like Alundra because it came out the same day that I was born. So I was like Alundra 25 years later. I'm about to turn 30 next year, so I'll just save it for that, and I'll be like Alundra 30 years later.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's sort of what our plan is for season 6. I don't know if I'm gonna do a teaser for all the games. I think I might, just depending on time. We want to get season 6 probably started as soon as possible, probably like in February. So I don't know if I'll have time to give you guys a cool little teaser like I usually do. But we'll figure something out. You guys will get some little treat on what the games will be like. Maybe the teaser will just be really short, like fucking 30 seconds, as opposed to what they're kind of long, the little teasers that I create, right? Like
but I mean, since we're now not revealing the entire season of games because they're subject to change depending on vibes, we can just do it like a little short teaser at the end of the podcast. So it's kind of like you watch the scripted section, so you got like a primer. Then if you want our expanded thoughts, you watch the podcast, and then if you watch the podcast to the end, you'll know what the next video is going to be about.
Yeah,
it's an equal treat. And then Status Check will yap about how much we fucking hate that video. So,
very true. Very, 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 very true. Yeah, so that's going to be it for the Back of the Rack Awards. Thank you guys for another year with us. Season 6. Season 5 is completed. Actually, no, it's not completed because we still need to release the very last episode.
Oh, yeah,
that will be out.
Still needs to come
out. Let's say that comes out probably before Back of the Rack Awards, so we can just pretend that it's out. So, Season 5 is now completed, and we are moving into Season 6. Guys, we're looking forward to playing on these games and talking about all these BOTRs with you. All right. So Thank you, and we're out. See you in the new year.
Ciao.